Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Shantia here. So in today's video, I wanted to do a Monday motivation video. So these are going to be shorter videos where I just talk about any kind of topic. And today's video topic is going to be about setting limitations. If you have not already, go ahead and check out my Heal, Feel, and Reveal series. It's about connecting your inner work with your outer work and really helping to create a powerful life for yourself, being a lot more decisive in all areas of life. Mind, body, spirit, everything is connected. So we need to work on all areas of life, no matter what, in order for us to be successful and manifest our desires and really create the life for us that we want. A topic came up for me to discuss. I was having a conversation with my friend and I thought this would be a really good topic to talk about. So how do we set limitations and boundaries? Yes, I think as women, this is something we're always thinking about. Like, how can we set limitations? How can we set boundaries? Because we are naturally very empathic and we tend to be givers, and we tend to give so much of ourselves to the point where we can kind of exhaust our energies. We're going to go ahead and talk about that. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is your human design chart. Now, if you have not checked out what your human design chart is, I would recommend you to go ahead and check it out because it is a really great way for you to understand how does your energy work in your body, what are you here to do, kind of thing. And there are 4 different categories of human design, so it'll be really easy for you to decipher. Then we're also going to talk about our wounds and projecting our wounds. So a lot of the reasons as to why we don't set limitations and boundaries is because we're projecting onto other people. So it's not that people are taking of you, it's that you're giving it away. And my video about stepping into your power, which I just uploaded, I would highly recommend you guys to go ahead and check that out because women have a way of giving away their power. They have so much of it and they give it away. Lastly, we're going to talk about how do we energetically decide to set those boundaries. Sometimes it really just starts with you deciding what you want. The power of decisiveness. It is something. Human design. So there are 4 types of human design if you have not checked that out. There's the Manifesto generators, the generators, which they do fall into a very similar category. They kind of operate a little bit differently. We have the projectors and we have the reflectors. So please check out in your human design chart what you are. So the generators and the Manifesto generators have a lot of energy to give to the world. They're the builders of this world. So think about Oprah, Beyonce, Jay-Z. They are generators and manifestor generators. They have the ability to just build, create, do, and they won't exhaust themselves. However, the secret is in order for a generator or a manifestor generator to be aligned, not to drain themselves of their energy, is they have to align themselves with their goals. So if you're not doing something you're not passionate about, you're going to actually be depleting your energy resources. And I'm actually a really good example. I'm a manifestor generator. I literally live off of exhausting my energy and resources to my passions. If I don't do that, it's not very satisfying for me. And jobs that are not aligned with my desires, they will drain the heck out of me. The generators are the empire builders. They're the big builders. Manifestor generators are more, they customize their life to their talents or goals, their individual goals. So they're more of the solopreneurs or the entrepreneurs who are the face of their brand. They're about doing their own thing and they have a lot of different things going on. So manifestor generators, they might be they have a shoe brand. They might be running a company. They might also be part of a swimming team. Like they have to be into multiple things in order for their energy to be exhausted and for them to feel fulfilled. If you're a projector, I really feel for you. I swear I'm just surrounded by projectors. You're the ones who struggle the most with being drained of your energy resources. Why do you struggle with this? Because you're the most empathic. You have a penetrating energy, which means that you know how to give people exactly what they want. You're a natural guide. Usually what I've noticed in projectors' charts is that they're very empathic. Or very psychic in a sense. They have a lot of water energy in their chart or psychic energy in their chart where they can just sense what people need from them and they can become the exact thing that people want. The ideal wife, the ideal best friend, the ideal partner, the ideal anything. So unless they set those limits and boundaries on what people get to have for them, they're the ones who get the most drained. Michelle Obama, Barack Obama are both projectors. So that's why we idealize them so much because in our eyes, first of all, yes, they know how to give us exactly what we want. Projectors, they're the most in tune with people and with community. They know exactly what people want or need to feel good. So that's why people love them so much. But they will deplete their resources if they don't say, okay, you can't have all of my energy. That's why, Obama's hair is turning gray, but Michelle's doing okay because, she had more boundaries as to what people could have from her. This video, I think, is definitely going to be great for projectors and learning how to set those limitations. So if you're a projector, you have to be a lot more intentional about how much energy people get to have from you. The last group we have is reflectors. So reflectors give people exactly the energy they get back. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Michael Jackson, if he's not, he's a really good example. I know Sandra Bullock is a reflector. So reflectors, they feed off of whatever energy. The more famous they become, the more people love them, the more energy they can give back. They feed off of exactly what people give to them. That's why someone like a Michael Jackson can go on stage and he can give the crowd exactly what they want because he can reflect that energy back to them. So they're pretty powerful. They know how to give people exactly what they want, but they have to be more aligned with their desires, like manifestors. Oh, I forgot the other group, manifestors. They have to be aligned with their desires. Otherwise, they'll give so much of people and people can take so much of them if they're not intentional about who they surround themselves with. And then the last group I forgot to talk about is manifestors. So manifestors experience the least amount of drainage because they have the ability to kind of create and maneuver life in the way that they want. People can't really take of them unless they allow them to. They have the thickest boundaries. So this video is probably the least necessary for manifestors. They have such a strong energy source. They can essentially be very intentional about what they want to do and customize. Let's go ahead and talk about projecting wounds. So one of the reasons why people often struggle to set boundaries, especially women, is because we project onto other people. I don't know if you struggle with this. I know I do sometimes. You might take something that you experienced into childhood and think that your partner, your friends, or your children, you have to give them something because you didn't experience it in your childhood. So to some degree, yes, you want to give your kids more, right? We want to help to evolve our DNA. We want to help to evolve our kids to give them more than what we had, but don't project onto them. Don't think, oh, they can't handle this, or you have to pay attention to what they need as an individual. They're not you. They're not you. You have to understand if you feel like you're draining yourself, it's because you're giving too much of something that doesn't need to be given. Think about what wounds or feelings you might be projecting. Like, is this child really asking this of you or not? When we get into being energetically decisive and setting those boundaries, we're going to talk about how we can effectively not project and create that connection with the people we love. Any kind of wounds, I need you to think about what you're projecting because I don't even have to ask. I already know. I just want to know if you know what you're projecting onto the people around you, thinking that they need these things. The thing about energy is people can't take what you are not already giving. So this is going to just take me, we'll go ahead and slip on into the next topic. Think about your wounds, think about what you're projecting onto those people. Because believe me, that's what life is all about, is being self-aware about those wounds, that trauma, and understanding that we don't have to project that onto people. We just need to heal it within ourselves. Okay, so now how do we become energetically decisive? I would highly recommend you guys to check out the Universe Guru's YouTube channel. She talks about being decisive all the time and setting those healthy boundaries. Now, it's not necessarily about creating boundaries. It's about deciding what people get to have of you. So if you need to write down a number or a percentage, you can do that. Or you could say, hey, there's a green zone, yellow zone, and red zone. When we get to yellow, that's all people get to have of me. Or you can do what I do and just set the intention for what people get to have. I work with students. One of my prayers or constant prayers that I like to do is that, God, use me to be what these kids need me to be. Because God in the universe is always perfectly balanced, and God doesn't give or take of me more than I can give. I know that he'll either give me, or the universe will give me the energy to put into what I'm doing and to work with my kids, or I'll just know immediately like when my limits are up. Now, setting energetic boundaries, I think, is something I've always been familiar with. For one, as a manifestor generator, we tend to be more more self-focused because we're more into our own interests and worlds. That's where we thrive, is when we're into our own hobbies and ideas, and we tend to separate ourselves from other people's ideals, and we tend to just do whatever we want, basically. So it's been easy for me to set those healthy boundaries towards people because I'm just like, well, I don't want to do it. It's just not what I want to do. You have to get in the habit of just doing that. Well, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I can do. You don't have to figure out the how. I think a lot of people get caught up in the how am I going to set boundaries? Do I delegate? Do I tell people not to? Do I self-care? Just set the intention. You have to get really clear with yourself and meditate on, this is all people get to have of me. They don't get to have more than I have to give. That's my thing. Be very intentional about, this is all people get to have of me. Or God used me to be whatever I need to be. Connect with yourself energetically. As women, we're very intuitive. It's not about numbers. You can put a number on it, but really we just need to feel like, what is our limit? what do we have? I often find that when I don't get rest and I'm not really giving myself the necessary self-care through food or through rest or relaxation or creativity, I have to set more limits because I'm more exhausted of my energy. But if I'm taking care of myself and I'm making sure I get rest, I get sleep, and I'm focusing on that, I'm making sure I give myself all those things that I need, I don't have to come out the next day and be like, well, this is all I have. I just arrive with the energy and I know my limits automatically. So you might need to rethink your routine and what you're giving to yourself on a day-to-day basis, because if you're going into work exhausted, there's something that missed from the prior day that you were not giving yourself that you needed. You needed that rest. You needed that relaxation. You needed that 5 minutes, that pause. Life is a day-by-day decision. I wake up and I'm like, okay, how much energy do I have? And I'll just know automatically, I need more rest today. I need creativity. I need to create a video. I just automatically know, but I have to always, I always feed into my routine of making sure I'm prepared for the next day. I've slept my 7 to 8 hours. Sleep is always one of those things that's been a struggle for me because I'm a night owl. 6 hours is about average how much I get, but I need 7 to 8 to function very clearly. Give that to yourself. It's so interesting what women do, because for some reason they think, oh, I don't deserve, I don't know, we create a lot of ideas about what we think we deserve, Think about this. When your cup is empty, you don't have anything to give. Fill your cup up. Fill it up all the way until it's overflowing. If your cup is not overflowing, honestly, you don't really have anything to share. I honestly forgot to put that at the beginning of the video. You need to think about that. You need to think about, if you want to be the best version of yourself for your kids, for your husband, for your job, for your career, for your organization, you got to feed into yourself whatever it is you need. This idea of being selfish is ridiculous. Oh, it's selfish for me to take care of myself. No, girl, it's necessary. If you don't take care of yourself, you ain't gonna be okay for other people. You got to take care of yourself, okay? Really, it comes down to a decision. I get to have what I need. Things get to go right for me. I get to show up in full presence in my relationships, in my job, be successful, and get the rest I need. Just set out that intention into the universe and let God surprise you. Please check out my Heal, Feel, and Reveal series. Hit the like, subscribe, comment down below to support the channel. And I'll see you guys next week for a Monday motivation video, as well as all the other videos that I like to upload on my channel. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening. Thank you for watching. Bye.